So, you know what's really baffling me? It really baffles me how people can believe in the Bible, like they believe in God, and I don't have a problem so much with higher power or, believing that there's some sort of greater meaning, but this belief in these violent gods that, created us and then give us these desires and then just send us to hell. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. God doesn't send anyone to hell. In fact, it saddens God so much when people choose to go to hell, because people actually choose to go to hell. Yeah, sure, that sounds fun. I want to, die after life and all its shittiness, after all that hell. I'm gonna choose to go to an even worse hell that I don't even get the sweet relief of death, no, because I'm already dead and I'm stuck in hell for all eternity. Fire, torturous pain, unimaginable pain. It's insane. It does not make any sense. And so he created people for the sole purpose of being worshipped by said people. And you ask people, why they believe in this stuff, and you tell them, the only reason you believe in this is because you were raised this way. And it's like, oh, but the Bible tells me so. It's in the Bible, it's just that simple. It's in the Bible. And wow, don't you think it's kind of fucked up that God sends people to hell, allows people to go to hell, hell exists, and it's just the way it is, God has his reasons. He did send his son, after all, to die a torturous pain, because this all-powerful God, that's the best he could think of, is, well, he didn't even have to send his son to die, because people were already able to go to heaven by sacrificing lambs, but, that was kind of a hassle, lots of dead lambs, damn, that's a problem. So I'm going to make it real easy, and you're not going to have to do that anymore. All you have to do is accept, God, Jesus, whatever you want to call it. You have to accept God into your heart, and live your life like Jesus. And as if people actually do live their life like Jesus, because, from what I know about Jesus, he seemed like a pretty decent guy. People have their little views on Jesus, but for the most part, he wasn't really fucking with people. He was pretty much hanging out with everyone, like, being a good person, not really judging, like, the Old Testament and all its Bible stuff. Jesus kind of changed it all, and all that stuff, everything changed somehow, well, that stuff was bad at one time and people could go to hell for it, but now, the New Testament came in, wiped the slate clean, so it's actually a pretty sweet religion now, and them Muslims, they're terrible people, Muslims, how dare they believe in, a different God that has pretty much the same beliefs as your God. It's really baffling, and that's the most creative thing he could think of, was to send his son to die, all that power, and why did he have to do that in the first place? Couldn't he just snapped his fingers and, made everything perfect? And, we could have still had free will, but, well, you have free will, but I'm not gonna, this whole hell thing did seem a little harsh, I've changed my mind, and, it's all-powerful God. Shouldn't he be able to admit when he's wrong? I was wrong. Now, everyone that I sent to hell is coming to heaven. And, you know, it was a little self-absorbed of me to expect everyone to just worship me for all eternity, you know, in exchange, you know, for, you know, no pain, you know, just amazingness, you know, heaven's so perfect, you know, and all you have to do is follow me. But, you know, this perfect place, you know, you're going to worship me because you're so happy that there's no pain, and, you know, your family and friends, you know, don't have to die, you know, because they just go to a better place. But, you just worship God 24/7, and there's no sex. There's no sex in heaven. And if you had like a wife that died, you know, and then you got remarried, you know, well, there's no sex, so I guess there's not a conflict there, you know. You just, you know, are with all your loved ones, and it's great. And you praise Jesus, you know, 24/7, you know. And you're happy to do so. So does free will exist on earth, but then when you die and go to heaven, free will does not exist anymore? Wow.